When looking at movements in the frontal plane with ViPR, one of the things that's important to do is to really notice what's happening at the lateral hip complex. What I want to show you right now is a lateral lunge and a pivot lunge, but we're loading the abdominal wall and we're loading the lateral hip using a shift pattern. So it's basically starting from a neutral position, stepping out to the side in a comfortable stride length, and actually concurrent to that, you're going to reach to the side. In one motion, the whole idea is to step across where the lead foot crosses and passes in front of the trail leg. At this point, you're going to hinge laterally at the hip and drive the hand out in the same manner. So in real time, it would be a lateral lunge with a lateral shift, a crossover step, and you're shifting in the same direction in your original vector variation. So the whole idea here is to really promote a lateral load through the hip and as well as the abdominal complex. The key thing to remember on this particular drill is that the foot pivot in front to create some hip adduction. So right away with my footprint coming over, I'm adducting the hips. And as I drive the ViPR into a lateral shift pattern, where I'm actually getting that movement through is a little bit more of an adducted hip on this right side. So as I drive the hip into more adduction right here, it allows me that opportunity to reach laterally with the hands. That will load the lateral hip complex, it'll load the abdominal wall, and it becomes a full-bodied exercise that promotes a lot of frontal plane stability. So a runner, any person that needs to gait a lot, so an athlete that needs to run or change directions a lot, this particular drill is going to promote a lot of frontal plane strength and stability. So it's very important that there be timing with this particular drill as I shift, I cross over, and I drive in that same direction. So it's a lateral shift, a crossover step, continue with that lateral shift, and I'm getting a lot of motion through that right hip complex as I complete these exercises to one side, and then I would switch sides for a number of repetitions. So that's a lateral lunge, a pivot lunge with a lateral shifting pattern that promotes a lot of trunk and hip stability.